Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to the fourth edition of the highly anticipated Qatar FinTech Hub Demo Day under the patronage of Qatar Central Bank. I'm Asha Rumaihi, Manager of Special Programs, and I'm delighted to join you on this special evening, where we will discover some of the most promising and disruptive solutions that are set to tackle the challenges of the local and regional fintech industry. Since inception, the QFTH Task Force and Execution Team, founded by QDB under the guidance of Qatar Central Bank, have worked with its partners to establish Qatar's first ever specialized fintech incubator and accelerator programs, in line with the national fintech strategy of Qatar Central Bank. The outcome and the impact of these programs is now being felt across local and regional markets, with success stories emerging regularly, testifying to Qatar FinTech Hub's unwavering efforts to shape the fintech industry in Qatar and beyond. All this success wouldn't be possible without the support of our partners and sponsors. Please allow me to thank our partners and sponsors for today's event. Foremost, Qatar Central Bank for their continuous support, as well as Qatar Financial Center, Qatar National Bank, iPay, powered by Vodafone, Visa, Microsoft, and last but not least, EY, for working alongside us to manage this program. Ladies and gentlemen, Qatar FinTech Hub acts as a catalyst to transform Qatar's financial services sector with aim to become a globally recognized hub that connects like-minded stakeholders, organizations, and regulators from across numerous regions, countries, and continents. Let's take a look at a short video highlighting some of the impact created by Qatar FinTech Hub since its conceptual stage. Please join me to welcome QDB's acting CEO, Mr. Abdurrahman Al-Suwaidi, to deliver his opening speech.
Qatar FinTech Hub Demo Day, held under the valued patronage of Qatar Central Bank. This edition is considered as a landmark FinTech event in the region. I'm very much delighted to welcome our partners, sponsors, guests, and the FinTechpreneurs who joined today in person, and our audience who are following our live stream. It's vital that we participate in these events to encourage, support, and renew our collective commitment to the development of the FinTech ecosystem in Qatar. Respected audience, Qatar FinTech Hub is a national development initiative managed by Qatar Development Bank in collaboration with Qatar Financial Center under the patronage of Qatar Central Bank to drive and propel the execution of Qatar National FinTech Strategy. With a clear vision to become a globally recognized hub and a launchpad for FinTech startups, the hub strategy was designed to ensure our synergy and collaboration with the stakeholders in Qatar and around the world for initiatives execution that empower the local FinTech ecosystem. Our incubation and acceleration programs have indeed helped numerous local entrepreneurs in establishing successful Qatari FinTech startups and have also attracted several international ones to start and grow their businesses in the local market and beyond. Working under the strategic guidance of QCB and in close alignment with our valuable partner, we have been able to equip FinTech startup with the key tools that need the most: training, guidance by renowned FinTech experts, logistic support, and access to funding and market. In fact, our Incubator and Accelerator programs have grown immensely since launch and have been yielding amazing outcomes. We have received more than 2,400 applications from 76 countries across all the 4 waves. We have also set in place more than 25 cooperation agreements with global financial services and technology institutions. The 3 previous waves of the program have introduced a number of new services and products in domains such as payment, remittance, wealth tech, digitalization, digital banking, insurtech, crowdfunding, and AI-based solution, to name few. The total valuation of the 64 graduated startup FinTech from across all the 4 cohorts stands at roughly $500 million. And there are currently 25 companies registered in Qatar after graduating our program. 8 of them have already applied for PSP license through QCB, which is a great milestone within a considerably short time frame. As part of our commitment to the hub, QDB has invested more than $7 million toward our startup FinTech portfolio. Ladies and gentlemen, every cohort of the Qatar FinTech Hub programs focuses on a specific theme, which are selected based on the ever-changing local market needs, challenges, and the priorities highlighted in the National FinTech Strategy as set by the Central Bank. With the continuous impact that tech is having on our daily lives and the shifting consumer needs, financial institutions have realized that they must embrace tech to maintain their relevance. Next-gen banking has become a key focus area as banks have wisely come to accept that they need to collaborate with FinTech as partners rather than view them as competitors. An era of cooperation between financial tech providers and banks can transform economies and the lives of people within it. For next-generation banking solution, not only answer the demand of a tech-savvy audience who demands life-empowering solution, online and offline, but also enables the development of other industries and ushers a new dawn of massive populations that are still underbanked around the world. Today, we get to meet 12 of the most innovative FinTech who have worked relentlessly for 12 intensive weeks to pitch their innovative solutions. Value-added solutions that promise to tackle some of the most pressing challenges facing the financial and banking sector. This is the culmination of their journey, and I'm certain that you are as excited as I am to learn more about their ventures. I wish them all the best of luck. I would like to conclude by thanking our esteemed partners, sponsor, and audience again for their tremendous support. And last but surely not least, I would like to thank the Qatar FinTech Hub and Qatar development teams for all their efforts. Thank you and wish you all the best and successful event. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Mr. Abdurrahman. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to invite to the stage my colleague Hilal Kouari, Acting Head of Incubation and Manufacturing Projects, to give an introduction about Qatar FinTech Hub.
Thank you, Asha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we will go through a brief presentation about Qatar FinTech Hub and the impact that we faced during the 2 years. First, when we established Qatar FinTech Hub, we have vision, we have mission, and the purpose of creating this Qatar FinTech Hub, and the quick ones initiatives come from the strategy, FinTech strategy, which been launched 2018 with Qatar Central Bank. Starting with the vision of Qatar FinTech Hub to be recognized as a global hub, to have a platform to bring all key players who's in the FinTech, to have incubation and acceleration program to attract international FinTech to help the local entrepreneur and the local ecosystem. The purpose of Qatar FinTech Hub to enable Qatar vision and national initiatives, maintain global competitiveness of Qatari financial services industry, solve local and global challenges by leverage FinTechs, deliver meaningful solution to the Qatari consumers. Moving on to the mission of the Qatar FinTech Hub, we execute the mission using the 3 key pillars of Qatar FinTech Hub: innovation program, which acceleration and incubation program; sustainable capital, as mentioned by the CEO, we are we have equity by 7 million; world-class mentorship, we have a key high-class mentor who guide our FinTechs to grow up with their businesses. As I mentioned, we have quick ones from the National FinTech Strategy to be executed. They come out like Qatar FinTech Hub Incubation and Acceleration, Regulatory Sandbox, which been launched last year, the BSP Regulation Sandbox, FinTech Licensing by QFC, they help FinTech to open CR and open office in Qatar. FinTech Division being created in 2019 in QCB. Now, the role of the key stakeholders in the FinTech ecosystem: Qatar Central Bank work as an orchestrator and regulator, flag bearer and leading force of the national FinTech agenda, while as a regulator, they issuing the laws and operating the sandbox. Moving on to the sector developer, Qatar Development Bank and Qatar Financial Center, they support the national FinTech agenda and help the FinTechs to grow up with their businesses. Recently, the governor created the FinTech Strategy Committee, which contain the main key entities in Qatar who focus in the FinTech ecosystem. We have built a strong curriculum for our startup during the journey, the 3-month journey. We have FinTech bootcamps focused on value proposition, public relation, etc. Business development meetings. Our FinTechs are going to meet the local entities and global entities for business opportunities. Mentor engagement, we dedicate mentor for each partner, for each FinTech to help them to fill the gaps. And angel investment masterclass, we bring the key angel investors to build the angel investment ecosystem. In addition to the incubation and acceleration, also we are in touch with the local institution to help us to deliver the business development sessions, a global hub. As I mentioned, our vision to be recognized as a global hub. That's why we are in touch with the global hubs to capture what they are doing. We are in touch with international partners and mentors to help the FinTech to fill their gaps. And mentioned by the CEO, we have received more than 2,400 applications from 76 countries, each wave being focused on certain themes. Wave 1, we focused on payment solution, while Wave 2, emerging technology, Wave 3, embedded finance, and now we focused on next-gen banking. Qatar FinTech Hub has introduced a number of new services and products in the market. We have introduced payment gateway, InsurTech, WealthTech, etc. Here is a snapshot of our startup who create a partnership with local or international entities, and some of our fintechs being recognized internationally. Here, Qatar FinTech Hub has made a significant progress achievement. 26 companies being registered in Qatar. We committed to invest around 7 million as equity from the fintechs. We signed with a huge number of local and international entities to support and help the agenda of Qatar FinTech Hub. And we have been attending webinars and events. Last year, we published the first FinTech white paper, which focused on how to shape the FinTech and ecosystem in Qatar. Within 1 year, we noticed close to 10,000 downloads for this white paper from 32 countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilal, for your insightful information. And I hope our attendees and the viewers now have a better idea of our programs and the impact that have been generated. Now, before we move to the most exciting part of this event, we will take a short prayer break. And please note that we have already arranged for prayer places at scale 7. The event ushers will guide you with the directions. تقبل الله and welcome back. It's time now for our alumni fireside chat. I would like to welcome to the stage Salman Surti from Incubation and Acceleration Department, who will be moderating this session and introducing our alumni.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and thank you so much for being with here today. And thank you so much for everyone who's joining us online. Such a pleasure, being among you all, and thank you for connecting us beyond borders. I'm Salman Surti. I'm part of the QDB Business Incubation and Acceleration team, and welcoming you all once again over here. The purpose of this fireside chat is to shed some light on the successful journey of two of our alumni FinTechs. And they would share their thoughts and their experiences to motivate and encourage the future technopreneurs that with us today. Both of these companies have accomplished the QFTH Accelerator program and is part of the QDB investment portfolio. Without any further delay, please allow me to welcome to here Saad Ishfaq, Deputy CEO from Test Payment. So Test is a platform optimizing FinTechs. Hi, Saad. Thank you for being with us. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please. Please sit down. My next guest is Naaman Gul, CEO from Pay2M. Pay2M is a secure and reliable gateway for all digital payment solutions. Naaman, please sit down. Okay. Thank you, Saad and Naaman, for being with us today. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit tricky. Okay. So my first question is to Naaman. Naaman, please tell us what makes your company different from other FinTechs in the market.
So thank you for having me today here as alumni of Qatar FinTech Hub. As Pay2M, our innovation and our strategy revolve around three pillars, basically. It's about reliability, security, and the innovation. So I quickly touch on these three verticals. So now innovation, we have developed our own payment gateway platform. And our journey started in 2019. And this is an indigenous platform that we have built in Qatar with some offshore resources as well. Now the beauty of this, having your own tech, is the agility that it gives and the flexibility. That means when we come to our customer needs or the market demands, we can really adopt very quickly. And we have developed certain use cases on top of, because payment gateway is the underlying fundamental platform that is required by even other FinTechs as well, even some wallet, they need a payment processing. So we basically fall under the payment processing domain in the FinTech segment, yeah? When it comes to different use cases, so we have launched a new service about e-invoicing, and we are also coming up with another service for the real estate sector as well. And these are specific use cases which has their own requirement, which sits on top of our payment gateway platform. So we have an underlying platform, and then we are developing innovative solution on top of this to meet the market requirements. And when it comes to the compliance, we have been working very closely with Qatar Central Bank, and we understand they are very particular about the compliance part of it. So we have heavily invested in the fraud management module on our payment gateway. We have also invested in our resources in anti-money laundering and CFT, AML and CFT. We are using specific tools which is globally renowned, integrated into our system to provide all the security that is required and satisfy the Qatar Central Bank requirements. When it comes to the reliability, of course, we are offering 24/7 support to our merchants, and our turnaround time is normally 24 hours.
That's wonderful. And before I come to you, Saad, I have another question for you. So you mentioned reliability, security, and innovation. So is this in collaboration with some of the key players in the market? How are you? Who's powering it?
Yeah. So we are in partnership with Visa and Microsoft. So we are happy that our platform is hosted on Microsoft Azure in Qatar. And the Qatar data center, which is really a top-notch infrastructure which Microsoft has recently launched in the market. So we are happy we are also partner of Microsoft, and we are hosting on Microsoft Azure in Qatar. We are PCI DSS certified, and with our collaboration with Visa. We are part of their Fast FinTech program. We are currently having a status of their TPA partner, and very soon we will be the direct transaction processing partner on the CyberSource platform itself.
That's wonderful. That's really good to know. My next question is to you, Saad. Saad, you started your company somewhere around 2016, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
Hope that's it. Okay. And back then, the fintech ecosystem in the region didn't really exist.
Absolutely.
So, how was your journey to, from there to a fintech ecosystem not being non-existent to being one of the most successful fintechs in the region?
Well, to be honest, it has been a roller coaster ride initially in 2016 and 17, when primarily there was not even the ecosystem, but even the businesses, the merchants, they were not even ready to consume the APIs. So whenever we used to talk that, someone will give you payment online. So the first question was that why someone will give me payment online? They can come to my store. So cutting the long story short, and then there comes the COVID 2019, and especially in February 2020, when there was a complete lockdown all over the world, and then boom. So because of the last 3 to 4 years consistent sales and marketing activities, we have been meeting ecosystem players, we have been talking to a couple of customers. So our phone started ringing from morning till nights that they want payments. So it was a blessing in disguise for fintech, I believe. And so every coin has two sides. So likewise COVID has. And for fintech, COVID has been a positive side. And then there has been exponential growth. We have seen approximately 400% growth on our month-on-month volumes and transactions. So currently, if I'm not wrong, apart from the customers, we are among those players who have not even helped the ecosystem, but we are also behind a couple of leading PSP players and PSP license applicant as well as we speak. So building partnerships and building the ecosystem, the fintech ecosystem is at the core of test payments.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we're talking a bit about, you kind of shed light on how COVID was a blessing in disguise for you. And I guess it was sort of a trigger moment for you where it kind of just accelerated your growth. So, and in addition to growth, of course, I'm sure it must have brought some challenges as well.
Absolutely. So to all the startups who are actually putting a lot of focus on their business model or their idea or technology, guys, along with your expansion plan or marketing plan, please do have operationally expansion plan as well. So align your marketing activities together with your technology operations and your financial operations as well. So the growth will definitely come over there. But when the growth is there, be ready with the technology which the growth needs in terms of the scalability and the operations. And when it comes to operations, go back to the powerhouses, go back to the banks, get good resources from there. They will optimize the large scale operations. They are those people who actually know how to be risk averse, how to cover, and to be, in a nutshell, 3 things are extremely important, which we have done based on the guidance of the board. The number one is regulations and the legal laws or the global laws. We have to be compliant with that, because the moment you start growing, the alarm will be triggered. The number second is policies and procedures. We need to have internal policies and procedures. As we talk about the idea or just the technology, no, fintech is all about systems and processes. So the last thing is definitely the systems and processes. So yes, the back of the mind, we need to make sure that initially, yes, we all are thriving, we all are running, and we are juggling with things, but there will be a complete mindset shift once the growth is there. You have to start thinking like a financial institute, because the validation has been done and the customers are there.
Thank you, Saad. Naaman, next up with you. Naaman, you probably have one of the most interesting journeys as part of the QDB sandbox, and then now for the PSP license. Would you shed some light on that, please?
Yes, so in that case, my colleague Saad was lucky because they started business a bit earlier. Yes, they have their own challenges, but our part of journey was a little different because we started getting into a business in towards end of 2019, and once we went in early 2020 to central bank for the approval. At that moment, they were really developing the new regulation, which came out later in October 2021. So at that point, we were put on hold until the new regulation doesn't come in, and then also we were in the middle of a COVID. So we waited almost a year and a half, but you know, our engine was on, so lights were on, so monthly expenses was ongoing, and of course then we have to comply with the regulation. Without that we can't move forward. Although from the scheme side, when it comes to Visa and MasterCard, we were able to process the credit cards, but for the debit card, of course, we need to comply with the QCB requirement. So we waited until October 2021, and once the regulation came in, we submitted our application, and within 6 to 7 months period, we got our sandboxing approval, which was March 2022, and then we started reporting our regular reports, which was there to the central bank. We submitted our final application for the license earlier during this. It's about 2 months now, and we are waiting for the final license to come out. So yeah, so if you say we are still running and waiting for approval, it's about 3 years now.
Oh, mashallah, thank you. And how about the support that's been provided by QCB as part of, you know, so you mentioned that you've gone through the sandbox, you've already got the license, and now you're waiting for the final PSP approval. What was the support that was provided in this, you know, this pathway?
The support from QCB was more from the process and procedure side to understand, because I think the regulation was out, and I think we were all going through the learning curve as well. On both sides of the table, yeah. I would say, and we learned together. So they have really helped us in specifically in developing our process and procedure when it comes to the compliance, information security, and AML CFT procedure. Particularly in these areas, they were quite strict with us, which I appreciate, because we also learned, so we have improved as well. And I think now we are there that we would be able to satisfy their requirements.
Wonderful, wonderful. Were there any challenges that you'd like to mention? Very briefly.
Challenges is see, once
I mean, of course, sorry, you mentioned that you were still operational during that time, so that's one
challenge on our side is on the business side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because we have operation cost, we have people running, we have platform, we have operational costs. So this was, I'm happy that we have a strong partner who can support this, but I don't know if every fintech will have that leverage to sustain for that long. And I hope we are near to close this, and we can really go and do a commercial launch soon.
Inshallah, all the best to you. Saad, next up with you. Saad, I want to talk to you a bit about the volume and the value of payment transactions that you are generating. To start off, can you please tell us how many transactions have you processed in the past period, and what's the value of those transactions?
In 2021, we somewhere closed around 1.2 billion Qatari Riyal was processed through my system. Effectively, 1.2 million successful transactions were there. As we speak, we have already crossed 2.4 billion mark in terms of the value of the
I think that's a very notable figure.
So effectively, we have tried our level best to ensure that all these processing does not create any kind of challenges for our customers and for our company as well. So alhamdulillah, till now we do not have one single complaint when it comes to processing and settlements.
Wow. So you mentioned 2.4 billion.
Yes. This year we have crossed the 2 billion mark as well.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, you're a rich man.
Yes.
So
our customers are.
So what was the volume of transactions? How many transactions led to these numbers?
So last year it was 1.2 million transactions. This year we have approximately touched somewhere around 1.3, 1.4 million transactions. So having said that, I really want to emphasize that Qatar is a high volume market, value market. So in terms of amount, it's a very big, but in terms of numbers of transactions, it's a little bit small considering the socio-economic dynamics and the geographical and the population dynamics. So if any startup is building a use case, so please do consider the population size, but the volume is there. The volume is big, and at the end, fintech is based on the volume or the value so you call it value and we call it volume.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk from my perspective now. Okay, when we're talking about the volume of the volume of transaction which led to this number that you said, 2.4 billion, how are you ensuring? Like, I'm sure there is a compliance, there is a security part that comes in. So how are you ensuring that the information that you're receiving as part of these transactions are kept secure?
Answering to this question, I would really like to tell you that what was the model before we becoming a PSP. So in the banking terminology, there's a very specific company known as payment facilitators. So we have been working as a payment facilitator to our acquiring banks. So before even 2016 and 17 was a time when we were investing into the compliances. So technically we have to do a couple of global compliances when it comes to PCI DSS compliances, MasterCard and Visa certifications, then the local acquired compliances, which effectively is not just on the data side, but the overall ecosystem of the systems which we are offering to our customers. Now specifically answering your question, number one thing is we as payment facilitator or even tomorrow as a PSP player as well are not processing or storing any end customer card data. So from that side we are secure because we are not entering into that domain. We are simply keeping ourselves towards the acquiring side. And from the acquiring side, we do follow the global standards. But now since the policy and especially the cybersecurity policies there, we have also started implementing the Qatar Central Bank cybersecurity policy as well. So from that side, alhamdulillah, we are also secured, local and global both.
And what about the merchant side? Like how are you?
So from the merchant side, we do cover ourselves with the policies and procedures of central bank.
And do you pass on that information to the merchant, or how do you contain those information?
Which specifically?
The merchant, the data that's collected for the merchant.
So neither the merchant knows who is the customer details. Let's suppose very specially we call it CDH, the card CHD, card holder data. So card holder data is not even available to me or to the merchants. It's in a very separate environment which is being under the control of MasterCard and Visa, or in terms of debit card it is under the NABs. So all the transactions which are happening on the debit card and credit card, they are in the environment of respective international or local schemes. So from the merchant side, there's a very, very limited information which they have. They only know that what happened to a transaction, either it was successful or it was failed.
Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I guess that's it for now. I mean, we are a bit tight on the time today, but great chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for sharing your exciting journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
everyone. I would hand over back to Aisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Salman, and thank you to our alumni for sharing their experience being incubated with us at QFTH. As a QDB incubator, QFTH believes in partnerships and collective growth. Today, we take this opportunity to welcome to the stage our partners and sponsors whose support to our FinTechs has been immeasurable for their success and that of the larger ecosystem. I would like to welcome once again Mr. Abdurrahman Suwaidi to the stage to present the trophies to our partners and sponsors. Hilal? Qatar Central Bank, Qatar Financial Center, Qatar National Bank, iPay, powered by Vodafone. Visa. Microsoft. EY. Thank you, Mr. Abdurrahman and Hilal. We will now play a couple of videos from our sponsors.
علينا جميعاً أن ننطلق من مكان ما، وبالنسبة لنا كنت أنت نقطة الانطلاق الحقيقية، وإلا لما نرتقي وننمو؟ نحن ننمو لنتعلم من ثقافتك، لنوسع معرفتنا ونتواصل، ننمو لننشر الابتسامات والمصافحات وقصص النجاح، وننمو لنمنح الفضل لمن لديهم الشجاعة للتعمق في شغفهم، ونستلهم ممن يعتمدون على مواهبهم ويشاركونها مع العالم. نحن ننمو لنتبادل أفكارنا، لنبرم صفقات ذات مغزى، ولنحسن الفرص، ولأننا نعمل على دعم بعضنا البعض من خلال تحقيق الأحلام التي تتخطى الحدود ودعم الإمكانات البشرية. وإلا لما ننمو؟ إن الجزء الأهم لهذا التوسع هو أنه قادنا إليك. الآن حان دورك لتخبرنا كيف يمكننا أن ننمو معا. QNB، آن الأوان لنرتقي معا.
Thank you again to all our partners and sponsors. And now to the moment that we have all been waiting for. Today we have with us the final 12 FinTechs who have successfully completed the 4th edition of QFTH programs. Each startup will have 3 minutes to present their venture, and if you have any questions, you are welcome to see them in the networking area after the pitching session. This team we have with us is Urban Point from Qatar.
Hi everyone, my name is Susanna. I'm one of the co-founders and Chief Brand Officer of Urban Point. Urban Point is a mobile app with thousands of offers to local businesses. And customers can enjoy the savings again and again because all of our offers renew every month. Urban Point is different because it's the first telco-powered marketplace in the world. What I mean by telco-powered is that Urban Point has a deeply integrated partnership with Ooredoo, whereby it collaborates on the nature and growth of its services. This is a screenshot from the Ooredoo website showing Urban Point as part of Ooredoo's post-paid plans for free. And this allows us to reach hundreds of thousands of customers effectively. And here's the proof of that, a graph of our transactions per month. Now, despite COVID disruptions, UrbanPoint has continued its growth trajectory because the model is resilient and provides value to the mass market. In fact, Deloitte just named UrbanPoint as one of the top 10 fastest growing startups in the MENA region. Now, because of some new projects we have in the pipeline, we are expecting to triple our growth in the next year. And one of those projects is in the fintech space. It's with the Ooredoo financial services arm called Ooredoo Money. And I can't go into details here, but it is unique and powerful. UrbanPoint continues to expand its relationship with Ooredoo because Ooredoo has done its own internal analysis and seen that UrbanPoint, by far, has the largest positive impact on customer retention than any other value-added service. Now, the model is difficult to replicate, but the opportunity is global and it can be applied in other markets. In fact, UrbanPoint is in an excellent position for international expansion because it's proven its model, it's sustained and streamlined its operations, and we're profitable because we have multiple revenue streams from the ecosystem that we've created. We have excellent retention rates, and our customer acquisition cost is close to zero because of the unique business model innovation inherent in UrbanPoint. UrbanPoint started as an MBA project, actually, between myself and Saif Qazi. Saif has a background in telcos in the United States, and previously I was 7 years in financial consulting in Germany. We have an experienced board and an effective high-performance team. Right now, we're raising $5 million for our international expansion to launch our fintech products and broaden our marketplace. In fact, we already have hard and soft commitments from local and European investors. So if you're interested, want to find out more, please come say hi afterwards, and thank you.
Thank you, UrbanPoint. Next is FinMind from USA, who will be pitching virtually.
Hello everyone, I'm Bhumika, founder and CEO at FinMind, a SaaS platform for automated credit assessment of corporates. So before we dig into the problem, let us understand the scale of opportunity that lies here. We estimate that there are about 50 million active companies worldwide, out of which only 30% are being analyzed by rating agencies, while for the rest, almost no meaningful credit work is being done even of the company's financials, thus creating a total market size of no less than $12.5 billion annually, even if we assume that only 50% of these companies get assessed. Although the opportunity is huge, the credit analysis industry faces few structural problems. For example, even in the current times, 70 to 80% of credit analyst time is spent in collecting and processing financial information. The human element in analyst recommendation poses inherent risk of biases. Almost 80% of the people we have spoken to have agreed to facing these challenges and suffered significant losses due to credit defaults and opportunity lost. But this is soon going to change. Introducing FinMind, a SaaS platform that provides an intelligent and automated credit analysis, ratings, and projections in the simplest, fastest, and most objective way. Its powerful proprietary algorithms help in early identification of credit default, and its explainable AI enable its users to understand changes in risk ratings and default probability. Through analytical comments, intuitive charts, ratings, trend analysis, forecasts, all presented in the form of a simple and concise automated credit insights report. Further, its algorithms have a unique ability to cover both public as well as private corporates globally, irrespective of their size, country, and sector. FinMind identifies banks, financial institutions, investment banks as its main target customers who can avail access to its platform and get reports through monthly subscription plans starting at just $250 a month. Its indirect competitors are rating agencies, Moody's MRA, Bloomberg TRSK, and some emerging startups. But their solutions have several weaknesses like being manual and time-intensive, providing reactive analysis with limited coverage of only large public companies. However, FinMind's offering is clearly differentiated with its precision-based intelligent analysis, fastest turnaround time, ability to cover public and private corporates, ease of implementation, and an impeccable record of identifying early credit defaults in advance. Let's see here. FinMind already downgraded these companies minimum 12 months in advance and outperformed the rating agencies and other providers almost all the time, and given leads and credit upgrades as well. This is how FinMind's automated credit insights reports look like. Each section broadly identifies most significant information and overall FinMind's rating, thus empowering an analyst with powerful insights and most relevant information on key parameters in just less than 5 minutes. In terms of traction, it has already got 5+ highly reputed paying subscribers and strong sales pipeline which establish proof of concept of its business model. We have a clear roadmap and long-term growth strategy in our pursuit of becoming the best technology-driven platform for financial data and analysis. This is FinMind's team showing the same passion of democratizing financial analysis industry through automation. We plan to raise $1 million to accelerate our spend towards product development and business development, and I would request banks, financial institutions, and anyone who is looking to assess the creditworthiness of their corporate exposure to register on our platform for a free trial of our product offerings. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, FinMind. Now to present is Bankograph from Singapore.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for having us here. Thank you to Qatar FinTech Hub for hosting us. And I would like to present Bankograph. My name is Alexander Gold. I'm CEO and founder of Bankograph. Bankograph is a startup with a mission to help micro and small businesses to get access to growth funding from traditional banks. Our team is passionate about what we do. We have professionals from banking, payments, data science, and many other banking sectors. The problem we address is actually $5.2 trillion by World Bank. Major banks have faced barriers of funding micro and small businesses, and we resolve it with technology. Our new banking solution creates an end-to-end platform which enables to plug into any traditional bank and convert the way banks do business with micro and small businesses. Basically, it's an end-to-end messenger banking platform which enables a complete life cycle of how banks deal with micro and small businesses using messengers, from onboarding to processing and to growth funding. We have different solutions on the platform. Basically, one of them is Islamic finance, another one's conventional finance. All of that interfaces with chatbot platform and different messengers, including Facebook Messenger is currently live in Cambodia. We launched our first neobank in Cambodia together with a bank, with Cambodian bank, where PCI DSS is compliant infrastructure provider. And our business model is we partner with banks, we create a joint solution whereby it's white labeled by the bank, but we provide the infrastructure and the skills and customize the user experience. Basically, as I said, our business model is we partner with the bank provides the license and we provide the technology. We customize because all the technology belongs to us. We build the technology end to end, and we create a valuable win-win partnership. Our business model is shared revenue. We basically share the revenue which we generate together with the bank. This is a bit of a cash example. This is how it works. We generate revolvers, and these are basically our projections. We are currently in Cambodia and Vietnam, and looking to launch in Qatar. That's why I'm here, and looking for partnerships with local financial institutions. Basically, we're looking for $5 million to scale our business model and infrastructure. And thank you so much for having us. And if anybody wants to see the product, I have it here on Messenger. Thank you.
Thank you, Bankograph. Let's now welcome Funds AIQ from the UK, who will be pitching virtually.
Hi, welcome to Funds AIQ. We stand for better performance, better productivity, and better precision. So what do? We help money managers find the best fund managers in the market, whether they're active or passive. We make sure that you're sure. So we help you find the 2% of the 50,000 equity mutual funds available for sale in Europe or in the US that actually consistently beat the best passive alternatives over time. We also show you where you should be passive in the categories where you should be passive. It's built for investment professionals to deliver high returns, reduce cost, manage risk, and monitor managers. It's unique, it's next generation, and it's live. And we're the only platform for mutual fund industry going way beyond data delivery. We provide intelligent processing and output. We're not a Morningstar, we're not a Bloomberg, we're not Thomson Reuters or any other data supplier. We address the 90% of the process that's usually done in Excel or manually to identify and monitor fund managers in the market. We help client makes better choices, streamline processes, provide greater excess returns, get happier clients, and earn more fees and attract more clients. Revenues will go up by using our platform and costs will go down. We can help you do security level screening across these 50,000 funds available for sale. And we can do that to help you be Sharia compliant by identifying funds that have any securities that are involved in adult entertainment or alcohol or whatever is important to you. We started our journey in the first quarter of 2019. In the fourth quarter of last year, we won the Luxembourg government's FinTech startup program, and thereby we also came out of stealth. During the spring, we were selected and participated in the RevTech Lab FinTech startup program in the US. And now we're participating in the Qatari program hosted by EY. Feedback from clients and ambassador clients is universally positive. And they include insurance companies, wealth managers, anybody is basically working on finding and monitoring fund managers. The team have between 25 and 30 years experience each from leading institutions like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, developing technology, or managing money at Citibank or Julius Baer and Swedbank and many more. We're looking for more ambassador clients in the Middle East and in the US and in Europe, and we're also looking for $1 million to take us to the next step. Please feel free to reach out to any of us. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.
I don't mention uppercase, lowercase, special characters, etc. And so everyone is noting the password on a post-it or on the telephone. Of course, you have the two-factor authentication using OTP, but it is clearly unsafe, as it even simplifies the task of imposters. As a matter of fact, the National Institute for Standards and Technology in 2018 said not to use OTP anymore. Are you? ADGS offers a solution, Stroke. Stroke is a behavioral biometric software, meaning it recognizes you by how you do things. Just as your signature is unique to you, so is the way you use your keyboard or your smartphone. Stroke learns how you type, creates a neuromuscular profile, and can then clearly recognize you from anyone else. Stroke adds a strong security layer in any language. Stroke is not what you type, but how you type. Stroke is extremely easy to install and use and makes any password 1,000 times safer. Stroke is the product of 4 years of research and development, a number of international scientific publications, and 2 PhD theses. There is some academic competition, but Stroke still has an edge over all of them, particularly the integration with Microsoft Windows and the exceptional accuracy of our algorithms. With Stroke, password cannot be compromised anymore. If installed after your company has been attacked, then Stroke keeps you safe by breaking the dynamic of imposters. Stroke is already installed in several Kuwaiti financial institutions, and we work in Qatar with a major bank to implement it. Stroke makes stolen password useless to hackers by knowing how you type. You will find a small explicative YouTube video linked to the QR code. Thank you from ADGS, the only Qatari company that develop algorithms. Thank you.
Thank you, ADGS. Now with Nerve Graham from USA, who will be pitching virtually.
Hi everyone, this is Ahmed Farid, a software engineer with 4 years experience in mobile development working on e-commerce solutions with different SMEs, through which I got the idea of Nervegram. Nervegram is a location-based e-wallet, has 2 customer segments. The first segment is the unbanked segment, and we started working on them when the World Bank has reported that they reached 1.7 billion people all over the world who are still using cash. And as we know, cash problems have increased, especially due to the current pandemic in the contact payment, as it acts as a spreading tool for COVID-19. Also, stores are always suffering in cashing back the small amounts because they are not always available. The second segment are small and medium enterprises who are chasing their consumers through traditional marketing tools like banners on the street, which are very high in cost and you can't have a feedback from them. And some are using social media campaigns that come with low return of investment with maximum 10%. And here comes our solution. We designed a location-based e-wallet that connects between consumers and SMEs through location, through which any unbanked user can cash in or cash out by checking the nearest store or the nearest user. And for small and medium enterprises, we have invented an easy, smart marketing campaign that generates foot traffic at their stores by answering 2 questions. How many users do you want and where exactly do you want them? And then Nervegram drives the users to these locations by generating loyalty points that attracts users to them. We have 2 competitive advantages. The first one is the availability. By connecting stores and users through location, we give more variety for users to cash in or cash out rather than the fixed ATM machines. And the second one is scalability by using loyalty points that are converted to any other currency so that you can use it anywhere, anytime. You are not restricted to a specific currency or a specific currency. Since we launched it, we reached more than 200 active users in 10 different countries, and this validated our product from the customer perspective. And from the partner side, we now have more than 10 partners in 10 different sectors. We have different revenue streams. We take 5% from each transaction. We take a cost per visit through location-based marketing, and we take a revenue sharing through each product sold on our marketplace. We have a fruitful team with different experiences, starting from me for the technical sector. We have Sharif and Islam for the marketing and sales. We have Aya for the operation and Mu'taz for business development. And that was our roadmap. We started through validating our idea using just an MVP through AZ Venture Lab. And now we are hitting the floor with a final product through Qatar FinTech Hub. We are now scaling up. That's why we are offering a 10% equity for $500,000 for expanding our team and start a strong marketing campaign. Thank you so much. You can easily find us on Play Store and App Store. Just scan this QR code and stop paying cash and start paying Nerve. Thank you so much.
Moving on to Puarizan from Malaysia.
There you go.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Azmi. I'm from Puarizan. I'm the co-founder of this small company. We are a startup. We started in the year 2020, and since then we have launched our product in Malaysia and in Nigeria. And along the way, we have also been successful in a number of competitions such as this one. The problem statement that we want to solve is basically the low percentage of people that prepared their legacy during their lifetime. And why is this happening? For most, it's because people don't think this is a very important thing for them to do. For others, they just don't know how to do it. But for most other people, it's because the conservative way of doing it is very expensive. In Malaysia, this has resulted in over 70 billion ringgit of frozen asset after they pass away. I'm sure it's the same case in all the parts of the countries. We make legacy planning fast, easy, and affordable. In Malaysia, we created a Sharia-compliant will planning equipment in Perusahaan.com. In Nigeria, we did another system for a local company by white label. And now we plan to go international here using legacyplanner.com. Our license fee is simple. People can use our application for free, and once they're comfortable with it, they can pay and they can have the full access to the documents that have been produced by our system. We also had value-added services along the way. Our multilingual robot advisor helped the users along the way of how and what is best for them. The Boost Mutual, like I said, is basically a freeware. They can access our system for free and only charge after they're comfortable with it. The market size that we plan to target is the MENA market, which is over 470 million population, of which 300 million is over the age 35, which is the right target for preparing their will. We only want 1% of those market, of which we will then to be free members, of which we plan to get 10%, generating 22 million in the first year. Our market strategy is based on a flight program where they can share the information to customers, and we found out that for our system, that 60% is successfully converting the customers. Okay, this is our team. We have a very strong team with very knowledgeable background and in various areas. We are asking for 1 million for our installation to start here in Qatar. This is because we have a proven business model, very strong team members, and most importantly, a huge potential market. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Pay Cruiser from USA, and they will be pitching virtually.
Hi there, my name is Usman, CEO of Pay Cruiser. At Pay Cruiser, we built the world's largest interoperable payment platform for the end bank. We moved the world forward by connecting 2.7 billion people previously excluded from the global financial market. For nearly half of the world's population, the struggle to get paid and pay is real. From PayPal to Apple Pay, all of these digital wallets by default require end users to have a credit card or bank account. And this is simply inaccessible to 2.7 billion unbanked people on the planet. These 2.7 billion unbanked people, in terms of market opportunity, process more than $20 billion per day. They also live in the most emerging markets in the world. That's it, the markets with the most potential for return on investment. There are more than 6 billion registered mobile devices on the planet. More than half of these registered devices come from Africa. Nearly every adult on the planet works with a computer in their pocket. Therefore, we created Pay Cruiser, a mobile-first financial freedom technology platform. Pay Cruiser is a patent-pending technology that leverages end-user mobile devices to include them into the global financial ecosystem. We are a global B2B payment facilitator. We focus on cashless payment, cross-border remittances, digital wallet, and most importantly, financial security for ourselves, our partners, and their B2C clients. The real competition is cash. However, here are some companies that partially address the problem for the unbanked. Keeping in mind that in most countries where we operate, we have the first to enter the market advantage. And this is because of a stellar financial technology platform that we built. It bundles payments, remittances, and information security together. With a simple revenue model that's attractive to businesses and individuals, we are a live solution with great product market fit, government and businesses, as well as consumers as paying clients. Based on our current traction, we believe to become a unicorn company in the next 3 to 4 years. In just 2 years of operation, we have already accomplished so much, and there is still much more to do. But with a stellar team of technical business founders and industry experts, we are confident to change the world of each unbanked person on the planet for the better. We love to take this opportunity to thank our first backers and believers, Qatar FinTech Hub and Papa Mokhtasar from Horace FinTech. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Pay Cruiser. Let's hear now from Kadirem from Belgium.
Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mohamed Mukhtar Nain. I'm doctor in mathematics and I'm originally from Mauritania and live in Europe, mainly in France and Belgium. I'm very happy to share with you first and a great company named Kadorim, in which we are helping people and the cross-border payment generally. All our story starts one day when I send money usually to my dad, and he called me back and say, "Son, please do not send me money again." I was in trouble because I need to send him money every month for the education of my brothers and sister, and there is no other alternative to send money to Mauritania. But in generally, there is no big alternatives to send money back then to Africa. And we look into the market with our friends, and we find out that there is more than 65 billion of money sent every year to Africa. And the B2B market in Africa will reach out more than 1 trillion by 2025. All of this attraction and all of these problems, we look at it, and we found out that there is a way to big technology, as we are tech, and we love technology, and we know how to make it. So we decided to put our efforts to build Kadorim with mission to make sending money cross-border easily as sending text messages today, because from technology perspective, it's possible. So we started, and then we built our first infrastructure to make it simple to send money from Mauritania, from Europe to Mauritania. And we already have a big attraction, and we are already leading FinTechs in Mauritania, and we already scale up to other regions. So we added another 2 countries, Senegal, Cameroon, and we're adding another also countries in Morocco and Mali, Ivory Coast. And we are here today in Qatar in order to bring our technology to Qatar and to connect also in the same way as we already built our technology to connect it Qatar ecosystem to Europe, to Africa, and also to Asia. We are here. We already have serving 7,000 clients, including my dad, including myself, and making our story start from there, and also a lot of family there. And we're already generating enough revenue to cover our businesses, and now we are in the scale-up mode in order to bring the technology here. And for that, we are looking for investment of 1.5 million to make it happen, to create we're already in KFC on process to create our businesses here in Qatar, and to go to the mission to bring Qatar and Gulf region to all of the world. And it's possible because our infrastructure technology is already built, and now we are just in connecting the PSP. So we look at to the investment, we look at to the PSP licensed here in Qatar, bank, our PSP already licensed to make this connection happen and to make the Qatar connected to the global world and to our infrastructure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kadirem. Next is Mihoro from India, who will be pitching virtually.
Hi, I'm Shruti, founder and CEO of Mihuru. Mihuru means My Freedom, and we make it possible for everyone to travel and to upskill. 800 million financially excluded individuals today live across India, Middle East, and Africa. Small ticket loans to these individuals continue to be unsustainable for most traditional lenders, due to lack of reliable data and offline processes. Travel and upskilling are very nuanced decisions, and general purpose fintechs are not well suited to solve for the unique requirements of these industries. We solve for these challenges by extending credit lines of up to $15,000 to consumers, specially crafted for their travel and upskilling requirements. Offered in partnerships with regulated lenders, these credit lines can be layaway plans for the new to credit or less creditworthy, or price travel loans for others. We are live in India since 2018, have a pilot ongoing in the UAE, and are in discussions for a Qatar launch. With Mihuru, consumers get a full stack solution from financing from our lending partners to travel bookings with our network of 500 odd travel partners. They also get affordability recommendations that marry their financial and travel information and savings of up to 40%. Our partners get 30% higher conversions, 40% larger ticket sizes, and significantly more customer loyalty. While a number of generalist book now pay later solutions exist today, companies like Uplift and Fly Now Pay Later, focused exclusively on travel, have developed meaningful businesses in the US and UK. We are building that platform for this part of the world. Globally, travel providers lose $1 trillion every year due to lack of financing solutions. 5 billion of this is in our target markets of India, GCC, and Africa. Since our launch in 2018, we have done gross bookings of about $200,000. 55% of our bookings come from repeat customers, and 80% of our customers don't have a credit card. While we lost about 2.5 years of our life due to COVID and also launched the upskilling vertical in response, about 50% of our bookings have happened in 2022, driven by the current travel boom. We have partnerships established across India and UAE, and also aligned our market entry partners for Qatar, Tawfiq Travel and Travel, and Data is Good in Careera and upskilling. A number of strategic partnerships are at contract signing stage, while a few other discussions with some of India's largest airlines and prominent financial institutions across markets are in the works. Over time, we plan to become the preferred payment provider for travel across markets, launching new travel finance solutions to create a complete bouquet of products for our partners and consumers. Key team members have 15 years of experience each in financial services in India with companies like Bajaj Finserv, Axis Bank, and Bharat Bank, and are supported by experts with decades of experience in travel and financial services. We are raising $500,000 to fund growth and for product development, and with this, we will enable loans worth $3 million. We invite you to invest in us to build Mihuru. Thank you.
Thank you, Mihuru. Let's now hear from Hugo Payway from Qatar.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zuhair, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Yugo. Yugo is a fintech technology based on wallets for both businesses and consumers, and is aiming to be the all-in-one payments app of Qatar. The problem that we're addressing is for our two customer segments. For brands, we see that they're using an extensive number of solutions to manage their finances and their operations, leading to high cost, low visibility, and difficulty in terms of reporting and management. For consumers, they're also using an extensive number of solutions, but each solution only allows them to get a singular job done, leading to fatigue as well as difficulty in managing their daily needs. This is where Yugo comes into play. It is an ecosystem that connects brands to consumers. It allows brands to accept in-store and online payments, allows them to get real-time reports and analytics, and grow their customer base through advertisement. Of course, that also comes with the benefit of going cashless and contactless and spurring their growth. For consumers, they're able to buy goods from the platform merchants, they're able to order third-party services, and they're able to access deals and offers to our customized loyalty program. The overall digital payments market, if we focus in on Qatar, is sitting at $5.6 billion. This includes numbers from digital commerce, MPOS payments, and digital remittance. These are all markets that either Yugo is already in or can enter very soon or is in the backlog or the roadmap. The business model is quite simple. We have 3 primary revenue streams and 1 secondary revenue stream. We have merchant subscriptions, where they pay us a monthly fee for being on the platform. We have transaction commissions that we charge this merchant for every transaction. And we have third-party commissions. So third-party commissions are from our services that we have on the platform. People can order flights, they can pay their bills, they can buy tickets to the metro, to movies, etc. And of course, there's customized advertising packages or a cost per click or thousands of impressions package. So our traction, we are operationally live, and we have currently these 6 services available for users. Currently, our highlights are that we have 33 total registered customers on our mobile app, and we have to date processed around 1 million reals in transaction volume. The future lies in primarily our scan and pay solution. Our technology is entirely ready, and we have even signed agreements with merchants. What we're waiting for is, or what we're in the process for, is licensing, and we're ready to really scale up once we get that license approval. Secondly, we are already in discussions with remittance partners to enable international remittance to, again, promote transaction volume and give more functionality to our end users. Finally, it is in our plan to launch a payment gateway, and that is targeted to launch in 2024. Our team is consisting of people that have a background in both business as well as technology. We have our president, Sheikh Hassan, our vice president, Sheikh Abdullah, our managing director, Dr. Abdurrahman, and myself, Zuhair Mohammed, the CEO. You guys are welcome to join at our booth after this presentation to discuss further. Finally, our ask, we're looking for $3.73 million, primarily going to be focused on marketing and operations and sales to grow our business. And we are hoping to not only launch our scan and pay solution, also launch remittance, launch additional services on our platform, and eventually launch the e-commerce product in 2024. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Payway. We will now wrap up the pitches with our anchor fintech, Zwipe from Norway.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ramzi Sabbouri. I'm the general manager for Zwipe, based in Lebanon, Beirut. Zwipe is the global leader of biometric payment. We are based in Oslo, in Norway. We are listed in NASDAQ stock market and in Norway and in Stockholm as well. Founded in 2009, the focus of the company has been since then on biometric payment. We're the only company in the world that has the product which is certified by both Visa and MasterCard at the same time. Why is Zwipe leading this ecosystem? It's because the technology used inside the product of Zwipe is very advanced, and this is publicly said, that makes the card more feasible for user experience and less costly for the issuers, for the banks. We are market leaders because more than 50% of the pilot that were done on biometric payment globally were done by Zwipe. We help banks, issuers as well, and FinTechs who wants to issue these cards for their users to launch these products pre and post-launch to have the best user experience from all aspects. Why is it important for issuers to launch these products? And if you might ask yourself, why is this guy talking about a card in a world that is full of wallets? Now, ask yourself why Apple, after 10 years of the most prominent wallet in the world, last year they introduced their Apple Card. Come and visit us at the booth. We'll show you the product and we'll tell you why. So it is differentiation, it is global acceptance on these products, security, of course, highest level of security on the biometric, and it drives loyalty to customers, to banks. Definitely, it is a project or a product to issue with a very involvement from IT perspective, and it does not impact revenue at all, and we have the model for that. Same thing for users. Convenience, privacy, security, innovation, and safety. This is important for them. The product has evolved. We talked about biometrics since a long time, but the product has evolved now to have self-enrollment, not to come to the branch. And we did hear about biometric payment cards from before, but now it is time to launch it commercially due to the convenience of the enrollment and all of this. We have several ways of enrolling the cards through what we call a jacket or sleeve self-enrollment at home, or through a mobile app, which is SDK and API that is also a unique feature for Zwipe that no other company has this feature. We are growing our network globally, and we're enabling every card manufacturer on soil to produce these cards. So what we ask for is the enablement of these and to find more of the card manufacturers in Qatar or in any market where we exist. And also we collaborate closely with issuers to make sure we pilot these products before they are commercially launched in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Zwipe. And I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Ibrahim Mannai to receive an appreciation gift from Zwipe. Thank you, Zwipe, for the warm gesture. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of the pitching session, a big thank you to all our guests, viewers, participants, participating FinTechs, and esteemed partners and sponsors of the event for their outstanding support. Thank you for our viewers watching us online. We have to come to the end of the event broadcast. Please feel free to log into our Demo Day website for more information. And for our attending guests, you are welcome to head to the networking area to meet the FinTechs now. We hope you have and enjoyed our event, and thank you for joining us. We will have a group photo.